because otherwise, what's probably going to happen is that you guys are going to, grow old, get your money, but then you're going to invest that money to get your health back. And that happens to a lot of people. So our purpose with this collaboration of Freelance Nav with SelfFit, um, is basically to help you guys achieve that balance. I work alongside with Jonathan Sandoval, basically. So if you be kind to present yourself real quick.
Hello, guys. Good evening. I'm very glad to be here with you. Yeah, we are now working together as a team to provide the best services as SelfFit. We both have experiences on this fitness journey and by reaching our goals, and also uh, taking the time to learn and to prepare a program that can also be a guide for others. It's what inspires me and inspires us to provide this guidance, to provide this coaching. And by making these initiatives, by making these calls, we are looking to provide the most value to everyone on this community as well. And I hope that you all enjoy it and take advantage as much as you can as well. Thank you very much for being here.
All right, so we've talked long enough about who we are and what we do. Now we want to know more, a lot more about you guys, because here's the people that I know that are very well in tune with their health, with their performance. So looking at you, Alvaro, I know you got it. So let's start by you, man.
Hey guys, well, glad to be here. I mean, I have been, a little bit disconnected from the Freelance Navigator group for a little while. I was in a little vacations, but actually related with that, I was in London running my third marathon so far. So that was like 3 weeks ago, and I spent some days also over there. I mean, I jumped to the call a little bit late. Not really sure if you want me to talk about like a more on my I don't
Basically,
know
just like your
fitness or
whole
sport.
experience. Yeah, exactly. Like your whole experience in both growing your freelancing or, tech career alongside with keeping your health in check.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, well, a little bit on my professional background. I'm a software developer. I've been on the field for more than 20 years so far. Now I'm working mostly on Kotlin for Android applications and jumping a little bit on the iOS side also. A lot of background in Java, backend developer. And since forever, I practice sports. I used to play volleyball, even for the national team here in Costa Rica for several years. And since I start to not being so young, young if you wanna say it that way, I start moving to most on the running, and kind of I try like triathlon also a little bit, but right now I'm more into running. So yeah, that balance is always been like a must for me on my life. Right now, yeah, but I just finished this process for training for the marathon, and also with a little girl of 2 years old that consumes a lot of time. And also, I'm beside all that, I'm also kind of have two jobs right now. And that's something that I achieved basically since a couple of months after I joined Freelance Navigator. So right now I'm dealing, well, basically a couple of months ago I was dealing with all that, my two jobs, my training for the marathon, that includes kind of yoga and also gym, and my little girl. So I think that's a really good example of that you can achieve those kind of stuff, and when you kind of have the guidance and you follow the kind of the plan that you that you like describe, or the guidance that you are looking for in the path that you decide, right? So, but you have to be for sure, and discipline have to be for sure in your plate as a must. And
I
but
got a
yeah, but things
question,
that
Alvaro. Sorry
sure.
that I interrupted you. If you were to tell us like the one secret that helped you the most to keep that balance, of your two jobs and your, love for fitness, for sports, what would it be?
I mean, I think that could be a couple of them, like a discipline for sure, and also focus. Like you have to order your stuff, like your tasks, your daily tasks. You have to really have a plan for each day, and I think that's really something that helps a lot, because you cannot go to bed, like for example tonight, without knowing what is going to be your day tomorrow. Like that's actually, I think, is the something that you have to do, like or something that really helped me, like really to prepare everything. Like okay, my training is going to be in the morning for the running, at noon for the gym, and I'm gonna be eating this and this. And for my work, I have meetings at this time and this time. I need to prepare this and this, things like that. I mean, you really have to really think about where your time is gonna be expended, and what are your priorities and your focus.
All right, definitely have a plan and execute it. It's pretty much the same way you guys have done it, with Freelance Navigator. You already know the plan. You are getting directed to the plan, and it's gotta follow. You gotta follow along, and the plan. If you stick to the plan won't fail, and you already know that. Like you gotta be consistent. It's about consistency, like Alvaro says. It's a lot about it. So now I wanna give the word a little bit to Alejandra. So Alejandra, if you could tell us a bit, like do you have like any sports, any hobbies that you like to do, and how do you get them in your day to day or week to week?
Hi everyone. I like to play piano, but um, exercise or hobbies, I don't, I don't have.
Mm. So you don't exercise a lot, and is that something that you'd be interested in, knowing how you could incorporate a little bit more?
Mm, I don't like exercise.
Mm.
Mm,
Okay, but do you have some activities that you enjoy? Like, are there any like sports or stuff other than the piano?
play video games.
Mm. I used to play video games too, by the way, guys. Just so you know, I used to play League of Legends. I used to play World of Warcraft. I even used to play a Korean MMO called Decaron. I even played competitive League of Legends. I to the National Costa Rican League, by the way. Uh, so just talk a little bit more about you guys. Now that I see you here, Jason, go ahead. The mic is yours.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay,
you loud and clear.
okay. Well, I started to work like 4 years ago, and I knew that I wanted to just not sit on the desktop all day, so I joined the gym, and I, yeah, I've been working out since then. I changed my schedule. I used to go on the afternoons, but now I go in the mornings. Besides that, sometimes I go to do like a kind of CrossFit routine on Saturdays, and that's basically it. But besides that, I spend all the day sitting in my chair, so I want to improve that.
All right, good stuff. Jose Paulo, I can see that you also have the love for Zelda. Well, I love Ocarina of Time. That's the best game that I would
That's
say
the best.
hands down, man. Like I played Majora's Mask and I didn't like it too much. I don't know. I just loved Ocarina of Time. So, Mike is yours now.
Yeah. Well, I have started with exercise. Some years ago, I spent almost 3 years doing CrossFit every day. Then after that, like 1 year going to swim, and like 5 years ago, I stopped completely, and I not doing any frequent exercise now. Just go hiking from time to time, and that's it right now. I am trying to fix that, but it has been hard to manage the time now that I have a toddler in my life. So yeah,
Hey,
Tristan.
glad you're a father, though. That's one of the milestones that I definitely want to hit myself, and probably a lot of people around
Yeah.
here too. So, Marco, I can see the Pizza Planet T-shirt. That's a good one. I like it, by the way. Mike is yours, man.
So, hello everyone. Um, well, similar situation. Just let's see, like maybe 2 years ago, I was going to the gym. I was holding two jobs. Well, I don't know, like it seemed like everything was under control. And my wife, she's a professional photographer, so we needed to travel to Guanacaste like every 2 weeks because she had like photo shoots with people from the United States. So that started like getting like a lot of photo shoots. So like the going to the gym, uh, we kind of like stopped that, and then our kids they start going to school, and the youngest he wasn't old enough to go to school yet, so we weren't feeling comfortable like asking someone to take care of him as he wasn't able to talk yet. So we just like put the whole exercise thing like on hold. And since I started in Freelance Navigator and I quit one of my two jobs, I knew that I needed to start doing exercise. Otherwise, I was going to have like an anxiety attack. Um, so I I was that type of person that in order to do exercise, I my mind was I need to go to a gym, right? But I realized that what I really needed was the desire, discipline, and be I don't know, like to love myself. And I started one day like I sent an audio to one of my friends, and I was like, "Hey, I feel like really bad today. I don't want to do anything. Like, I know things are great around me, but like, I don't have like that motivation." And he was like, "Go start running for 20 minutes, and you're gonna feel better." I was like, "Okay," and I started doing it around my house, like around like the town we lived, and it kind of helped. Like everything like went away, and we lived like pretty close to this mall, Oxígeno in Heredia,
Mm.
and they have like some sort of running track, we can call it that way. And I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna go there, and I'm going to start running." And my old self would say like, "Oh, that's like everyone's going to be looking at you like you're gonna be running," but like I thought like, so what? Like I'm just doing this for myself. Like I'm not doing it from anyone else. And something that I learned like this past couple days is that in order to be and to have motivation, a positive attitude, you need to, I don't know, like push away all the stress that your body contains. As we work remote, uh, generally speaking, I we don't have like that much action, if we can call it that way. So I believe it is necessary to at least, I don't know, walk 20 minutes. But now I'm not just walking, I'm doing exercise at home, uh, full core routine like 3 times per week, running three,
Nice.
4 times per week. And I think this is like the best time I feel like comfortable with my mind and my body. So
And guys,
we,
like Mark was saying, just so I can illustrate this for a bit,
yeah,
like a lot of people get stuck in this, like, oh no, if I gotta exercise, it's gonna be like an hour a day, it's gonna be 5 times a week, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. But if you guys start small, small walk, let's say 5, 10 minutes, like Marco, let me ask you, you probably didn't start right away. Oh, there we go. Marco, you didn't start right away doing the full routine that you were doing before
no, I
right now.
start walking like 10 to 20 minutes,
Exactly. That is the
only
way,
that.
that is the way to do it. Exactly. Like that's it. Like you guys, first of all, the biggest a lot of people ask me, "Hey Frank, I work with people in the US, people from all over the world, people from Costa Rica, from Mexico, whatever. And they always ask me, "So Frank, what is the best cardio? What is the best cardio?" And my answer is always the same. The best cardio is the cardio that you can do tomorrow or whatever exercise you can do tomorrow. And what does that mean? That means that whatever is easiest for you and that you enjoy the most. But there's also another factor. Like a lot of the times we don't like to do stuff alone. So we rather be in a group. I'm sure like a lot of you guys might happen that when you're out with friends or family or anybody, you're enjoying it a little bit better. It's always, always, always great to have like any sort of companionship and go out whenever you can, even if it's just walking, even if it's just, go to the park. All of that adds, all of that, it's a compounding effect that you guys will notice. Like your mood will be better. Like, sure, when you guys, like, you tell like, oh, maybe I should go for a walk, maybe I should exercise. But I know initially you face resistance and it is tough. It's not easy. I can tell. About
Mm,
40% of the times
definitely.
that I go to the gym, I don't want to go there or I don't want to exercise. So what in the end what ends up pushing me because afterwards I know that I won't be regretting. Like I don't know if it happens to you guys, sure. To go do the stuff that you got to do, there's a lot of friction, but once you've done it, you feel the satisfaction. You feel the serotonin. You feel the endorphins. You feel the reward system in your body. That is dopamine. That is what motivates and moves us to do better stuff. So basically, living it shorter, uh, do whatever it is you can do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's small, it's still something. It's way, way, way better than doing nothing. Because doing nothing, you remain at zero. But if you're doing something, you're moving the needle, even if it's just a little bit. And that does make a difference. Uh, Another thing that I wanted to add over here, well, I noticed, Eduardo, that you were eating some sushi. Is it sushi or is it ramen, man? I noticed the
No,
chopsticks.
my guy. Yeah, sorry about that. No.
No, 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 all good, all good.
Um,
You're good to go, man. You're good to go. You're making me
yeah,
hungry, though. I'm blaming you for that.
I know. That's why I'm saying sorry. It was awesome. Sorry to do like this.
Had the
Yeah, it
Japanese
was.
shirt and shit. Look at this.
I love it. Yeah, so it was sushi for my exercise. I like to play tennis. I play tennis a lot. Tomorrow, early in the morning, like at 6:30 a.m., I have a class. I try to do at least two classes every week and try to gather as many friends as I can to play with me. Even if they don't play tennis, I say, hey, you can use my racket. I'll we can use my balls and let's just go and play for a couple of hours. If they have to work, we can play at night. I live close to a tennis club, and that's like my main activity. I also do a little bit of gym, but it's not even close to tennis in terms of passion and in terms of, well, calories burned.
All right, good stuff, man. It's everything adds up, like we said before. So, Stephen, the mic is all yours.
Oh, thanks. Well, I have some doubts about what are you question. What is your question about me? Because I have a lot of topics, but right
Hmm.
now I'm free.
All right. So basically, if you could tell us a little bit of your experience, what you like to do for any type of exercise. A lot of people think like, oh, this guy is just a gym bro. And I very well know that exercise is just moving, just enjoying life, just enjoying the body that you have, loving life so much that you want to live it to its fullest without any restriction for as long as you would be able to do so. So basically, just talk us a little bit more about yourself in this regard.
Well, in my case, I'm joining in at the gym store. Well, in that case, the gym store and the gym, I prefer at night. For example, I'm joining at the gym at night because it's the stressful because I have the stressful about the around the day and the night. I prefer free that free. Give me a minute, please. Sorry for that. Okay, really. For example, at night I prefer go to the gym because it's more comfortable for me. Well, the days for example, I spend 14 hours at work. Most in the case 5 hours to coding and the later investigating because right now I'm investigating about the create videos, promotion videos or ads for my little empreneur or my minor products because I try to promote them. Well, right now I'm investigating create the video with AI, or in this on the other topic, I'm going to make some products for clients in Costa Rica. I have some clients. Well, they are telling me about. Well, I need to software. I need to one software to do what thing. The list is a long list, but I'm not going to detail the say. Well, for example, my hobbies, well, I said the for the 24 hours I spend 14 hours to code and investigating. That leaves to me 5 hours to enjoy my free time, for example. Um, well, 3 hours I spend to the gym because I try to good make a good muscles because it's necessary. Well, I hope the meal or well you have a dinner, breakfast, or when you spend the time for to eat. I prefer take some proteins and vitamins for that. It's necessary for me, and well, I don't know you guys, you eat them. Um, well, what I can say, um, I play games at night around the 12 midnight.
Yeah, I used
Yes,
to do that too, man. I used to like play League of Legends, World of Warcraft till like 4 a.m. Holy.
it's impossible play around a half hour because it's in some cases it's amazing to when you have into the team playing and well 1 hour is too short for example. In my case I spend 4 hours in the same play or in the same well in the game you have the in the same team for 2 3 hours in the same project in that case. Well, how can I say? Who else? Well, do you if you have a questions because I don't have
No,
ideas.
that's pretty much it. We just want to know a little bit more about how do you do and how do you even, go around your day, to stay healthier, to move a lot more. And thank you very much for your insight, Stephen. Really appreciate it. We're here
Thank you.
also with Jonathan Fowler, who actually he assisted one of the very first group calls. And right now, I'm helping him pretty much one on one with his specific case. Jonathan, if you were to tell us what have you noticed has changed for you ever since we even had that one on one, by the way?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan. Um, so everything started maybe like a month ago when I started notice negative changes and aspects on my physical and mental and everything. Probably staying at home, bad alimentation, and sometimes knowledge and not getting interested in knowing more about what you eat and what you do. So kind of uh, ignorant a little bit also in that way. So I came to Francisco because most of the times when I go to the gym or I talk to people that goes to the gym, I feel like more intimidated. I feel judged. But when I spoke with Francisco, he said he's an engineer, he's a gamer. We have a lot of things in common. So it was easy for me to talk to him and for him to explain me the things, the basics, and start that spark on me to start reading more, to start checking what I'm eating every day, what I'm doing every day, the amount of calories, carbohydrates, everything that walk. I really like to walk. It's the way I take out my stress is just walking. I used to do a 20 minutes walks. Now I'm doing 10, 15 miles, which is almost like 6, 7 kilometers every day. It's walks from 1 hour. I wake up like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then the first thing I do is walk as much as I can, which completely changed the way I started the day. I used to start the day by checking social media and checking the news and starting with my brain just getting fucked before starting my day. And just in 2 weeks, it has totally changed. I feel really active every day. When I go to bed, I'm ready just to go to sleep. I'm not waking up in the middle of the night anymore. I'm just so tired all at the end of the night of the day. That it has been really different the 2 weeks. So it's started with the small changes. I haven't tried to change everything on my routine, everything on my life, because I know if I do a big change, it's just going to be a couple of weeks and then I'm just going back. So what I've been doing is with the support of my girlfriend, of my family, doing small changes, talking to people that I need to talk with, and try, like Francisco, we have one-on-one. I told him, hey, this is how I feel, and that's exactly the path that I'm going through. I'm not feeling like I'm getting demotivated, but instead I'm more motivated every day. I start buying things. I have a gym in my condo, but I also start buying things for exercise in my room, so that way I don't create this friction of not wanting to do things. But if I have the weights in here, if I have the equipment in my room, I will just see it all day, and that kind of pressure me to do it. So yeah, that's my current scenario. I hope, guys, we can talk like in a month and same or even better than now. And I encourage everyone to sit down, talk to Francisco, and to really find that knowledge that you need to whatever you want, either be your muscles or lower, just to be healthy. Sometimes it's just also requires some knowledge. You need to read a little bit and understand uh, in order to do it right. And I think that's
Thank you,
what I can say.
Jonathan. I appreciate your insight, man. And glad you're doing so well. And again, just as we said before, doing small changes. A lot of people think that they need to change the whole day to day, and that's not sustainable. That's just not realistic. That's not something that the majority of people can do. There's of course specimens that can do it, but I'm not even me. I'm like that. So yeah. And also, I wanted to bring light to this whole thing that Jonathan mentioned. This is one of the very first self-fit group calls that we're doing with, again, with the people Freelance Navigator. So all of you guys that are here basically have receive completely for free. Just you gotta message me though, and we'll set up a one-on-one call. So if there's any subject or anything that you would like to speak with me, like you need a workout, like you need a set of specifics, recommendations for what to eat, for what to do, for what you can get, where you can get, how you can get moving, just hit me a message in school. And we will set that out, by the way, just like we did with Jonathan. So that there's that out of the way. Now, Marco said that he wanted to add something. Marco, you go ahead.
Thanks, Francisco. I just wanted to add something from what I was mentioning. Remember that basically we are what we eat. So if our diet is based on fast food, our mind is going to feel terrible, terrible. We're not going to be able to focus. We're not going to be able to motivate, etc. Obviously, there are exceptions to the rule. Like we are out, like we need to, I don't know, have real quick lunch or stuff like that. But let's just make that an exception to the rule and not something that it's a habit, right? And yeah, I think that was the only thing I wanted to add. Like, just remember we are what we eat. And if we want to be better, we need to eat a little bit more healthy each day.
That is very true, Marco. And I also want to bring a light about something else. It's not like you guys gotta be like a robot, like completely military and always eat good, don't eat any fast food. Like not at all. Like every now and then I eat McDonald's. Every now and then I eat all the fried stuff. I eat all that garbage. But here's the thing, it's about what you do most of the time. Like, for example, one missed workout will not make you lose all of your gains that you have. The same way in which one workout that you do will not get you in shape. It's what you make out of it. So, more in touch with that and with the subject now that I brought for today's group call is basically nutrition. So, nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. You mentioned something, Marco, and it is a word, diet. Even though we have this concept about diet that is something that we do from X, in order to get to Y result, what happens usually when you diet? You just change your habits temporarily. You don't change your lifestyle. So what ends up happening more often than not is that you circle back right to where you started. You guys have probably seen other people have that case. You probably have even experienced it yourselves. So what is it that should be done for this? It's basically a set of adjustments. What adjustments do I mean? So let's give it a quick example. Let's look at the usual food that we eat here in Costa Rica. So let's see. It's breakfast, right? We got one egg. We got like half a plate of gallo pinto. We have some plátanos maduros. We have, what else? Well, a lot of people eat also sour cream, natilla, and orange juice, and a coffee with some sugar on it. So here's the breakdown for it. It's a lot of carbohydrates. There's three macronutrients, basic macronutrients. It's protein, it's carbohydrates, and there's fat. So basically, if you put 100 calories of protein against 100 calories of fat against 100 calories of carbs, the one that fills you the most is the protein. So basically, if you eat, let's say your stomach is this big. So if you want to fill it, you just need to put two portions of protein, so 200 calories. If you want to fill it with fats, it's like this. So one, two, three, 300 calories of fat. If you want to fill it with carbohydrates, let's say rice, bread, a lot of that stuff, you got to put 400 calories. So basically what I mean by this is if you're eating mostly carbohydrates, with let's say bread, let's say rice, a lot of that stuff, what's going to happen is that you're not going to feel as full than if you were eating the protein. So what do you mean with this, Frank? It's basically making a little shift in your breakfast adding more protein will make it so you are fuller with lesser calories eaten. Again, that is also if you're trying to lose weight, you gotta eat less calories than you consume because your body consumes a lot of calories on the day. Most of them come from your basic activities, not really the exercise. So you guys know, by the way. So the one thing to take in consideration for this is in this case would be adding more egg. But then again, there's this saying that mothers have, oh, if you eat more eggs, if you eat 2 3 eggs, you're gonna get high cholesterol and you're gonna have a heart attack and then you're gonna die. I mean, but let me give you guys like actual science based on results, on studies, on meta-analysis. That is a complete lie, by the way, just so you guys know. Like whole eggs won't up your bad cholesterol. It's other things alongside that ups your cholesterol. Eggs, like whole eggs, actually are very nutritious. Again, something in balance, something to eat in balance. I'm not telling you, hey, go eat 10 eggs a day. No. In my personal recommendation, I would tell you guys to at least eat 2 to 3, even 4 eggs. It really depends on where you're at right now. But basically, increase the protein intake and lower down the rice. So les gallo pinto, more egg. You know, for the juice, ideally eat the oranges whole. For the coffee, ideally sugar it with honey or any replacement. That's a basic recommendation. The same thing goes for the other foods. You guys have seen like the typical casados. There's a lot of rice. It's always like half of the plate is freaking rice. There's a little bit of beans, a little bit of salad, a little bit of picadillo, and then there's some meat, some chicken, some, meat, whatever, some fish. What you ideally want is for a portion as big of protein as carbohydrates. If you do that, you make sure that you will get full and you won't be eating as many calories. Like, this is what my clients usually tell me, people that work with. Hey, Frank, I'm eating a lot less, but I'm feeling as full as before. And even psychologically, you can tell that that's something that feels odd because even though you're full, you're like, wait, but I'm not eating anything. What am I feeling? That is the basic principle that you guys are gonna go if you prioritize the protein. Protein, you need it to build muscle, you need it for basic metabolic activities. And if you eat more protein, by the way, so you know, your body consumes more calories with digestion. So, not even, adding any exercises, just by eating more protein, your body consumes more calories. The other thing, same goes for the juices. A lot of people drink their calories. A lot of people are fat just because of the amount of sugar they eat in their drinks. What would I tell you guys personally? Personally, definitely get yourself a big, big, big bottle that you can just fill up and have in your desk so you can drink and drink and drink water. Well, ironically, I don't have mine over here, but I have it over there. There's Carlos. He doesn't want to bring it over. That's all good. So basically, yeah, there we go, Marco. That's it. Like you guys just need to have it close by because that way the friction of you going up, serving yourself a glass of water is going to be high. You will face a lot of friction. You got to make it easier on you. The next big thing is about the juices and the sugar. Ideally, you want to eat the fruit whole and not have it, taking the pulp out. If you take the pulp out, all that fiber that fills you up won't be there, and you will be pretty much just eating fructose. Fructose is the natural sugar, but again, it's pure, 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 pure sugar, pure calories, and all of that adds up. Those small adjustments, and let's recap them. Let's say eating one more egg for breakfast, eating a little bit less gallo pinto, eating a little bit less sour cream, a little bit less sugar on the coffee for dinner. I mean, for lunch, eating a little bit more meat, a little bit more fish, a little bit more chicken, a little bit less rice, and cooking that in either spray or something lower of fat. And same for the dinner, just those small adjustments. Even if you're just doing it in one meal, week by week, progressively. You don't need to do it all in one sitting. Even if you do it that way, you guys will see an immense change in how your body changes. And not only your body composition, on how you feel, your levels of energy. Like, we're not only talking about here about you wanting to get a six-pack abs, or of you wanting to look ripped, or you wanting to be in shape. We're talking about you guys' energy, you guys' performance. And I'm very well damn sure that you guys feeling a lot better will definitely help you guys make more money. Or would you say I'm totally out of space and completely mad? Would that be a crazy idea? Probably not, right? Like, if you're performing well, if you have clarity, you have what it takes to take better decisions and perform a lot better. So it's going to affect your whole life. Again, this is what we want. We want you guys to not only build your tech careers, to grow as a freelancer and land more clients, land more projects, land a dream job. We want you guys to grow as, humans, as persons, enjoy life, enjoy all of that hard earned money, because I know you guys put in the work for that. There's no purpose in then, when you guys are old, with that money that you built, with that legacy that you built, just pay to have it fixed. Because that's what a lot of people do. And sometimes there's no fixing for a lot of the stuff that you guys get. And you probably notice. Hey, Alvaro, what's her name, by the way? Nice to meet you. Okay, yeah. So basically, uh, the principle is to again do small adjustments progressively, week by week, day by day. It doesn't have to happen overnight. At least if you guys go out of this call with the intention of making that change, that is a huge step. Let me tell you, that is a huge step. And then the days after, make the decision, the small adjustment, like, hey, I'm gonna eat a little bit less rice and more protein, more meat on this meal. I'm gonna eat a little bit more egg, less gallo pinto, and I'm gonna change a little bit the juices for it to have the pulp. And I'm gonna drink more water, just half a glass more a day, and go by that, keep it up. That will compound. That will have you guys feeling a lot better. And don't even listen to me. You can do it, and you will see the difference. Like, it's night and day. Once you do it, once you start to see in the precarious situation in which a lot of us were, because I was right there. I was 105 kilograms fat, by the way, just so you guys know. In fact, I'll go ahead and pull up some photos here real quick. But yeah, basically, I was deep in a hole. And once you get out of that hole, which we get used to just being, deep in there. And once you get those chains broken out, you're saying, like, damn, I was actually not living life. And that is the way that we want you guys to be feeling, to actually, enjoy a lot more. In fact, let me go ahead and show you guys. I've just opened here. This is how I used to look when I was working in tech as an engineer myself. Let me show you. So let me move this upward. There we go. So yeah, this used to be me. 105 kilograms. This is my grandfather. This is my sister. This is my sister. And yeah, it was rough. It was rough. This is the time when I was when I reached Challenger in League, by the way. So I guess I got something out of it. But yeah, it was not a good situation. And what helped me the most to learn, understand that this is all about systems, all about habits, all about small progressions. And with time, I eventually got into better shape, and even doing it while enjoying whatever food I want. Like, this is Krispy Kreme, by the way. This is Krispy Kreme donuts. Like, it's not like I'm only eating chicken, broccoli, and rice. And I can enjoy that life a lot better with my family. This is my grandmother, by the way. She's still alive. She's a hard one to hard one to kill. Uh, but yeah, pretty much that's all that I wanted to share with you guys for this week. Do whatever it is that you have at your hands and whatever it is that moves the needle, specifically with this subject of the week for the nutrition aspect. Uh, but just by doing that, you will be getting at least 1% better in each day. And doing that each and every day of the week, you're going to be 36 times better by the end of the year. Again, that's all pretty much all I had for this group call. I don't know if you have guys have any questions. You guys can raise your hands real quick, and I'll gladly uh, answer. Okay, you go ahead, Alvaro.
Well, I was clapping actually, but no, it's just maybe just yeah, like I really like this kind of meetings, kind of calls, and it's kind of a good opportunity for basically everything. I repeat myself a lot with these meetings when I said that I found in this freelance navigator group kind of a support group instead of just like something to look for money on freelance like this kind of time. I mean, and you should be like aware of that this is an opportunity for you to shine, to let's say to practice your English, for example, to talk a little bit, like to be in front of people and trying to practice a lot of things. And yes, you are gonna learn about how to be great as a freelancer, how to achieve I don't know, to look for the job that you want. And now, I mean, now it's also you, Frank. Like, so here we are, like, learning how to be better on a better shape, how to eat better, how to feel better. And this is, I think that this community is being growing in so many levels that I really like it. I really love it. And I hope to be able to start like interacting more with the community again, because I mean I was a little bit off, but yeah, that's those are kind of the things that I like about this community, and I just encourage you guys, all of you, to yeah, to just interact with the people, talk a little bit, like I don't know if I really love like this, for example. It's a really good time to practice like the talk. If you are looking for a job with an American company, for example, like to talk about different things and not just the topics related, work related topics, things like that, for example. So yeah, just take the opportunity and grab everything you can for yourself, and that's it.
Alvaro, thank you very much for your insight, man. And I met you guys. I met you at the founders event. Like I'm even in that picture with you as well. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
that, man. But and for everyone else too. Like this is a space for all of you to share. To even practice your English. Like who cares? Like you gotta start somewhere. And you know what's crazy? Like, I haven't told you guys this, but it's not only like, for example, this whole change that I had in my physique. It wasn't just physical. I used to be shy. I used to be a guy that would never approach anyone. I used to be awkward. I used to be antisocial. Like I used to play games for till 4 a.m. Like usually the kind of people that does that. I'm not saying you're like that, Steven. You like very outward. So I respect that, man. But I was like that, man. You guys, and the change, it's also a lot of the times mental, and giving yourself the chance to be out there, to be open to improving not only your careers, not only your income, but also the way you go through this life will give you a lot more of time to really reflect and enjoy what you guys have. Because I'm sure here's one thing that's, sounds a bit corny, but there's always someone that wishes they had the life you have. Be aware of that and do not waste it, because we only got one. And yeah, that's pretty much what we have for this week. I just want to remember again, if any of you guys have any questions and would even love to, schedule a one-on-one, this is completely, you don't have to pay anything, by the way. This is all included in Freelance Navigator. If you're in the Freelance Navigator community, you have this completely for free accessible. Just send me a message through school and I'll go ahead and schedule a one-on-one with you, help you out if you need a workout, if you need help with your nutrition, whatever it is. I'm here for you guys. And I hope you guys know that. Thank you very much for being here and ciao, ciao. Take it easy, you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Later.
Bye, guys.